Hello friends, today I'll brief you about perjury. Perjury is a crime against the public judiciary system. If you file a false affidavit or else a false or fake document as an evidence or make a false deposition before any court, then that will be treated as perjury and you have a punishment of almost 7 years for that. So these sections are defined in CRPC 340 and 195, which contemplates the procedure to prosecute a person who commits these kind of crimes. And the definitions are in the 193 Indian Penal Code, which you have again now in BNS and BNSS as well. So now what happens when you do perjury? As I told you, it's kind of a summons case and it will be tried in the magistrate's court, in the criminal court. And if you try to dare to perform this stunt of perjury or crime of perjury, even in the civil court, they will make a complaint. The magistrate will appoint a court officer, or else he will directly direct the concerned area magistrate to take action against you, and you will be tried and you will be punished. And to tell you one more important thing, if you perform this perjury in constitutional courts like the High Court or the Honorable Supreme Court of India, then you will be facing the music very badly. Why? Because apart from this 7 years of punishment, additionally the charges of criminal contempt will be attracting under the Contempt of Courts Act 1971. In the Contempt of Courts Act 1971, you have two types of contempts. One is civil contempt and second is criminal contempt. Civil contempt happens when you violate and somebody deliberately violates any of the judicial order. It will be a civil contempt. And criminal contempt happens if you tarnish the judiciary with objectionable and abusive remarks. You publish them or you abuse them orally or in written, or you publish some nonsense in social media, or you talk ill about them. These kind of criminal contempt charges will be applied. And also if you obstruct the administration of justice, then also criminal contempt will be applied. Civil contempt is defined under section 2B and punishable under section 10 to 12 of the Contempt of Courts Act, whereas section 2C defines criminal contempt and section 14 is the one which will enable the courts to punish you for criminal contempt. And apart from that, you have section 16, which will say that even the judges in their own court also, if they are making any kind of contumacious actions, they are also liable. But normally that is confined to mostly the magistrates or the trial court judges. But because the Honorable High Court judges and Supreme Court judges, they have the protection of Judges Protection Act 1985. Okay, so it's not possible that easily unless and until Supreme Court deems fit. In the case of Justice Kannan, he was committing criminal contempt. He has defied even the Honorable Supreme Court orders and he took the Honorable Supreme Court head on. Therefore, he was convicted under criminal contempt for 6 months. That's a very rare and stray case. Otherwise, normally the Supreme Court does not apply this principle of contempt to the judges. That is very rare. So as I told you, perjury when it's committed in the Honorable Supreme Court or the High Court becomes criminal contempt. And there will be hefty fines of lakhs of rupees starting from 5 lakhs to 25 lakhs or even more than that for the contemptors, okay, who are accused in contempt cases. So one has to be very careful. Even the advocates, when they sign up with a client and take lakhs of rupees of fees, they should not trust him blindly. They have to cross-verify and cross-check the papers thoroughly. Otherwise, it will land them in soup as well, because there are many of the judgments where even the advocates are accountable, because advocates are court officers. They are first responsible to the court and then to the client. All right. So as I told you, the perjury is a kind of dangerous crime which is against the judiciary, which should be avoided under any circumstances, because judiciary is a temple of justice. Particularly the Honorable Supreme Court holds very high esteem in the litigants' minds, because everybody expects justice on some day or other, and justice, if at all it has to be dispensed and delivered, the judiciary has to be respected. After all, this is the only pillar of a country, of a democracy, which is still untarnished and unblemished. I am proud of being part of Indian judiciary. Thank you, friends.